it's such a pleasure to be here with Rosie from N&M Herbs. And you know, Rosie, people do know you for herbs, but behind us is some beautiful plants you guys have expanded into, you know, starting to grow too for people.
Right, tropicals, specialty perennials, anything that's pretty, not just smelly and that's good for you.
Well, let's get back to the smelly stuff, though,
Yes,
the stuff
yes.
that tastes good, which are herbs. Now, here's a beautiful kind of oval-shaped pot with a lot of variety in it.
Exactly. And that's really for convenience to have close to your door if you use a lot of different spices and, you know, and all of it's great because once you start using fresh herbs, that's the only way to go.
It makes such a difference in the kitchen, it really does. Yeah. And you can take, you know, pretty much anything that you think you're going to use a lot and just plop them into a container.
Exactly. No rules, no nothing. And they do, you know, a pot this size, it's not very big, but you can put up 6-7 plants in here, and it'll last you generally between 6 months and a year.
Because they really don't mind being tied
together. No. And they just, you know, just make sure you water it and fertilize it, and that's all it needs. And they'll keep doing their thing, and you want to keep harvesting too.
Sure. And that brings us to what we're going to really talk about today, which is a single type of herb in a pot. So before we plant this up, tell us why that's a good idea.
Well, like myself, you know, I don't necessarily use a variety of herbs, and yes, they're beautiful, but I just want to go after what I'm going to use in my everyday cooking.
Sure.
And so cilantro, that is a must all the time, and I will just take 3 nice full plants or 4, or depending on what size of pot you pick out.
Because this looks about, what is it, 6 or 8 inch?
It's like an 8-inch pot, and I'm just going to put it in here. Sometimes cilantro I've just been known to leave in the 4-inch pots and keep harvesting.
Right outside the back door.
Yeah, exactly. But this way, it'll last me, you know, it'll go for quite a while. And cilantro, by the way, this is the time to plant it.
Sure.
The frost doesn't bother it. You just have it outdoors, you cut it, it comes back within a week, and you want to keep using it because when it gets hot, or it's day length sensitive, so as soon as our days start getting shorter, cilantro likes to go to seed.
Yeah.
So then you're actually wanting to replace it like once a month. You'll get like 4 cuts out of it. But so let's say this is just a little pot that I'll have on my porch, and to harvest it, I'll just go. And this little bunch right here will make me like a quart of salsa.
Now, and you're doing this, even if you just had this on your patio, just planted it, you would still cut the 4-inch.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. You want to, because cilantro, once it gets 3-4 inches, you want to harvest it.
Okay.
Even if you're not going to use it, because it's just healthier and it grows back so fast.
And if you like you said, you cook with it a lot, so every day you would be going out and you just keep going around.
Yep. And then the next day, or in a couple of days, I'll harvest the other one. By the end of the week, this one will start filling out.
Already replenished.
Yeah, so I will, depending on how much cilantro you use, you can use a bigger pot and put 7 plants.
It doesn't have to be
And the idea
as you said, you had a whole flat out.
Right. And the idea is that it's so fresh all the time.
Yeah.
If you buy it in the grocery store, yes, it's fresh maybe the day before, but we don't know how long it's been harvested.
Exactly.
So over here, and that goes the same idea with all the other herbs.
Yeah, you can pick up anything if you love parsley, if you love basil, when it gets a little warmer, any of that. Just cram in there.
Exactly, and then that'll just give you an abundance.
And it hopefully will encourage people to use it more fresh, because it really makes a huge difference.
I mean, if you have your cilantro right now in your garden and it's been raining for 30 days, and you're like, where's my garden? So it's just great having it next to your porch and any type of herbs.
And so convenient. Well, for more information, you go to gardentime.tv. It's always a pleasure coming out here, and thanks for the great flavors for our kitchen.
Yeah, thanks, William.